Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I am not going to hash over the prediction for the next Brave Redux banner, because I have done that definitely twice, kind of 3 times if you count like the possibilities video that I did probably like 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. We're not going to do that again today because maybe if I don't do a video on it, it'll actually happen. That's what deep down in my soul, that's what I think is happening. So if you want to check that out, and if you missed it or something like that, I'll link that particular video in the description because that is coming up kind of soon. Assuming, of course, that is what it is. Let me double check here. On the 18th, technically the 19th for East Coasters, because Daylight Savings has jacked everything up. But we should have a trailer probably in the next couple days just to get an idea. So yeah, if you missed that video, I'll link it in the description. Today, I'm going to take advantage of a brief lull that we have in content for something that I do every quarter, and that is the Mania videos. And now we have winter, and I actually had to shift up the layout a bit. So we have the Board of Destiny in the background here because there's too much stuff. So let's just go ahead and run down. I'm going to give you a breakdown of the main banners that we had, not including like weapon skills or stuff like that. But just the main banners that we had every month during winter for the last however many years are listed down there. Obvious omissions are obvious because the game didn't exist or it was launched. And we'll go through it. Anyway, so December 2017, last year, a simpler time, right? Just a bunch of Fates and Awakening banners. We had Children of Fate, which was a Fates banner, obviously. And then we also had Winter's Envoy in the second half of December. That is when everybody got really angry about how armored units don't look armored, I think. I think that's when that started. I think Tharja started it all. I'm not really... I can't really defend it. Lissa with like the dress thing. Maybe I could get on board with that. Crom's present bag might have been heavy. I don't know. But Tharja really didn't have any defense worth noting. So there you go. That was it. For the record, when we're talking about winter banners, they are armored. They're kind of like Halloween banners, like they just typically are. You may get a flyer thrown in there once in a while, maybe a cavalier, but for the most part, they are armored. 2018, we saw a Hero Fest and kind of like the introduction to characters for the next book that's going to be happening. And I would ultimately expect that to happen here as well. The thing that's not mentioned on there is we actually had Gunthra, and I believe Fjorm also. Fjorm may have been in November, but Gunthra was definitely the legendary hero in December of 2017. So just a worth note that, you know, that's typically when the books kind of begin, is in December. So book 4, whatever happens in book 4 2019 will be December's reveal. And then we also had the, what was that, Gifts of Winter, I think is what it was called. That, of course, featuring a multitude of casts, not just Awakening this time, but we had some Sacred Stones and Fae, not that Fae or the other Fae, but the Fae from Roy's game. And it was good times. It was good times. It was a 3-person banner. We had Cecilia as a free unit. Good stuff. Which I believe the first year we had the winter banner, we didn't actually have a free unit, so that's kind of nice. The trend of getting a new free unit every special or normal banner that we get is just a very nice thing, and I enjoy it a lot. Especially if, you know, it's units that I like. But so there you go. As you can see, December is not nearly as clustered as January and then February, as we will see in just a bit. But I left it that way to kind of give you guys an indication of, okay, this is where the orb density lies. it is definitely not December, but it will be moving forward here towards January. And technically, Happy New Year. That being the Fates New Year banner that we had in 2018. That was technically 2017. It technically started in December. But I kept it in January for continuity reasons because technically the New Year's banners are a January thing, whereas winter banners or Christmas banners, they are a December thing. So I did it for that reason. One day is not going to shift everything monumentally. But that is that. We also had a little bit later in the month, like mid-month, a new Tellius banner, World of Dawn, that had Micaiah, Zelgius debut on it. Great units. And then we also had Sacred Memories, which was a Sacred Stones semi-alt banner, kind of alt banner. We have an alt Erica, but I think everybody else got introduced for the first time. So that's worth noting. There were 2 new hero banners and then just the special banner that we were used to. And then in 2019, see, there was no 2017 because the game started in February 2017. That's why it's blank. In case you were wondering, I wanted to keep a bar across the top just so everybody knew what was going on. 2019, last year's New Year's banner was so good. That being New Year's of Fire and Ice, I think was the official title. That, of course, featured some OG units from Fae, from Muspel and Neefel. And then, keeping in tradition, we also have another Tellius banner, but this one was special because it introduced beast units for the first time, specifically Lagoos, with the rulers of the Lagoos. And that's when Tibarn came to town, and that's when Brian got very happy, because Tibarn is easily a top 10 character in Fire Emblem history for me. But then things shifted a little bit, and we got a very controversial special banner that nobody was happy about. I shouldn't say nobody. There were some people that were happy, but not a lot of people were happy. The bathtub banner, Hostile Springs, that was ill-received, is how I will phrase it. Ill-received for sure. And so I think it's different from the standpoint that in 2018 we had a new Heroes banner, and then in 2019 we had a special Heroes banner. And I don't know if maybe the backlash was just because like people were kind of expecting another Sacred Stones banner, or maybe they want another Sacred Stones banner. But then they got Hostile Springs, and just the internet lost its shit, and they were very angry. Very angry. But overall, you know, if you were a Fates fan, then you probably enjoyed it. I don't know what we'll be looking at this year as far as that goes. It could be another normal Heroes. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be something that toes the line in it. So think like the dance banner, right? So sometimes it's a festival banner. The first original banner had a bunch of Fates and Awakening characters on it. This year we had kind of like a ballroom-esque themed with dancing units. Last year's, of course, was like that festival, like I mentioned. So I'm thinking maybe 2020 we're looking at a sauna banner, or a sauna banner as normal people pronounce it. Because I darn it all, I think the sauna DLC for 3 houses is just too gosh darn convenient. I genuinely think that we're gonna be looking, because it's kind of like a hot springs banner, right? But it's a sauna. So that would be my guess. But we'll do more on that when the time actually comes, weeks down the road, down the road here. Just something to keep in mind. Again, this is just so you have an idea of where your orbs are going. And reminder that all of these, outside of like the Hero Fest stuff, these are all recurring banners that will likely pop up again. Not the new heroes, but the special heroes. So the winter banners, the New Year's banner. Hostile Springs will make a return. So I guess we'll all prepare for that again. But February is such a great time. So technically FEH was around in 2017. It's just that's when it launched, and there wasn't really a whole lot to put up there. There wasn't really anything special. Most of the units that debuted in unique banners at that point are now 3-star. So you've seen them before. They're not anything that special at this point. So we just left it blank. Sorry. There just wasn't anything there. But 2018 came around, and people were like, what is FEH going to do for the anniversary, man? Like, what are they going to do? And they really didn't do anything. And then people got really depressed. So we had a Hero Fest banner. Like, that was cool. There was a Hero Fest. Golden Week would go on to be much better. But as far as the anniversary goes, I don't recall there being, like, a whole lot of frivolity going on. But they definitely stepped it up in 2019, which we'll talk about. That Hero Fest, by the way, that had Sigurd and Nephany and Bravelyn, and I believe Brave Ike also on that, so that was a thing. And then we also had our first Valentine's banner in 2018. Great time to be alive. That was the Love Abounds, which had a Roy, which is still not a great unit to this day. We had Lelina and a couple other units. We had Valentine Hector with Pantaloons, if we recall that, and Lynn, Valentine Lynn, which absolutely nobody was upset about. Just kidding. There were some people upset about that. But then we also had the Fallen Heroes banner, which I think is probably one of the coolest concepts still to date that FEH has put into plan, where we had like the possessed kind of versions of units that we already had, sort of. Harden, I think we still only have possessed Harden. Oops. But Silica and Robin, like, they were still on there, and it's a tradition that they carry on today. Except I don't think it happened in February of 2019. Otherwise, it would be on my list here, and it's not, because they had way too much other stuff going on. To be fair to them. So I'm gonna pop out of order here and just a brief minute. So we did see the resurgence of Valentine's banner, that being Grail's Devoted, where we had some Tellius Valentine's themed units and everybody loved them. And then keeping in style with releasing beast units, we had the Kitsune and Wolfskin. They showed up and just gave birth to a whole new set of beast units that we would again see in the next coming months. But we also had a whole lot of stuff going on for the anniversary. Like, when I say in 2018 they really just did like a Hero Fest banner, bruh, they kind of knocked it out. Like, they did a lot in February 2019 for this. Now, there was some backlash because, of course, there's always backlash. Anything IS does, there is backlash. There was a Year 1 and Year 2 special summon banner that featured every special hero from special banners that you just kind of got to pick a color on, and you got whatever it was. It's how I got Summer Gaius, actually. Fun fact, the first one. So they had that for the Year 1, and then they had that for Year 2. Obviously, Year 2 was just kind of wrapping. But then they also did the anniversary thing, which was kind of like a Hero Fest banner. If you remember, it was kind of like a Where's Waldo game where you had to find these units that you wanted. And then the most found units and the most selected units went on to make up the banner for one of each color. And we had Halloween Myrrh. Who else was on there? Legendary Azura, she was on there. Duma, and somebody else. Who was the green? There was somebody green. Surtur. I think it was Surtur. And they made up the banner, and everybody's like, great, we're going to be able to choose a hero that we want? That's dope. No. while some of us thought it would be akin to A Hero Rises, which is where everybody in the game kind of voted on the unit that they wanted, and then everybody got that free unit. That's where you got your free Legendary Ike from. This was not that. This was, no, we're going to put these 4 units in a banner, and then we're going to give you 4 orbs to choose from, and you may get the unit that you want. So a lot of people were just kind of like hoping that they get the right color on the circle when they went in there. I don't know. It was a great concept that they just, I feel like they got lazy with, and that's what that was. So those, I don't know that those will be coming back. They might be. They are technically special banners, except for the 2nd anniversary, kinda. But I mean, I don't know. Free stuff is free stuff. I think they have taken feedback to heart. So I think for 2020, the 3-year anniversary is going to be maybe a little more well thought out, we'll say. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. So either way, February is kind of the month, man. Like, that's, I know there's a lot of tempting banners, especially if we get the traditional January Tellius banner. I'll be chomping at the bit for some units that we got in there, especially if we don't get Jill on this Brave Redux Year 3 banner. Man. And, you know, the possibility of a Asana banner with 3 houses. Oh, man. There's a lot. There's a lot coming up. December, not so much. Like, December, you're probably pretty safe. But mid-January, things are going to get a little spicy for you, I feel. And, of course, that leads to a lot of orb depletion, so best of luck. Best of luck to you guys. Let me know in the comments what month, I guess. I do these like 4 times a year, so I don't really know what the question is. But in the comments, let me know what month you're most looking forward to. Personally, for me, New Year's is like one of my top 4 favorite banners in the game. So I'm very much looking forward to January, but February, I mean, it's tough to beat an anniversary. You know what I mean? And IS, to the dismay of some people, I feel that they have taken a lot of feedback to heart and done a lot of good in the second half of 2019 moving forward. And I'm thinking they're going to knock it out of the park this year with the anniversary. I really do. I think the side games crossover with Dragalia Lost kind of really gave them some insight as to what they should be doing. So for that, I'm most excited for February personally. But that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. We're doing a lot of stuff in December. There's going to be giveaways and things like that. And we do a lot of FEH stuff over here. So if you're not subscribed, I don't know why you're watching this video. It's crazy. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.